different things
I know, right? I know.
in a New York minute, as they say.
Yes, in it.
I haven't been back to New York since the late 90s. I know it's a very different place, but it's New York is just like most major cities. It's very different to anywhere else. There's no other place in the world, I guess, like New York.
San Francisco, maybe. It's like a mini New York, but yeah, not too many places like New York. Not too many places at
Not
all.
at all. Yeah, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. New York is a very, very interesting. I wouldn't like to live there. I've got family who live there and stuff, and I don't know how to do it personally.
Actually, a great place to visit. When I was going to New York, this it was like before the Rudy Giuliani before he cleaned everything up, and this is when it was grimy and dirty, and everything was every other place was a sex shop or a sex club, but it's now it's like Disneyland over there,
Yes.
42nd and 8th. You know, it's nothing like it was when I was over there, and
Mm.
the other block was just like every block just was filled with just porn stores and videos and
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
And your
It was like
what do you
that whole area was like the McDonald's of sex. Everything that you could ever want to experience sexually was right on one street.
yeah. It's yeah, how things change, how things change. Well, I guess with the age and rise of technology and the internet, that again totally changed the industry again, didn't it?
It did. It did. It did. Once people were able to access movies online, a lot of things changed. Guys weren't going to the clubs as much to see the dancers because they could sit behind their
At
computer
home.
and watch, watch you. And plus the videos, were more accessible online. Now they have Pornhub and all of these different things where they can stream.
Yeah.
um, but there used to be a time when you would have to go in a video store and buy a movie, and it was like $200 per
Exactly.
DVD. And remember the VHS tapes, and it was just so fun to go shoot those covers. We shot amazing covers and were able to
Mm.
fantastic photographers. And now the covers are just like gonzo, just like so
They're just thrown them together kind of thing.
together, where I was so used to going in and doing a photo shoot, shooting with guys that shot for Playboy, doing very
Yeah.
glamorous shoots, and now it looks like they shoot the covers on the set when the girls are working. So
That's exactly what they're doing. As you say, like video team, that My Baby's Back Got Back series up to probably maybe 20 or something like that. The covers were posters in essence. You could put them in a little frame, you
yes, yes.
know.
The very first My Baby's Got Back cover, and it was actually a takeoff of the Two Life Crew cover.
Yeah, I
Three
remember.
girls. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, video team did some amazing, amazing covers.
Who was behind video team?
Christian Man,
Okay.
he's the head of video team. He passed away. It just hurt my soul. He was just so kind to me. I did one of my very first covers that I really loved doing. It was called Blackjack City, and I was in red leather on the red Ferrari, and it was a spinoff of New Jack City.
Mm.
We did a lot of those back in that era. We did a lot of spin-offs. Like I did Booby Guard and Girls in the Hood and stuff like that. So it was just really fun to do the spin-offs and to actually emulate those actual covers for
Yeah.
the full movies, and we do the adult version of it, and it was really exciting.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine. And being on set, I mean, is it as wild depending on what set you go to, or are genuinely the sets that you went on were pretty tame, no one sort of smoking weed and doing drugs and alcohol and that kind of
Um,
stuff?
No, there was, I'm going to have some of my protein bar.
All good,
um,
all good.
I'm sitting here relaxing. Um, None of that. No, there was no. A lot of people tend to think that went on sets, and it didn't. That was one of the things that was frowned upon. No drugs and alcohol on the set, and if they found out that you were doing that, you were actually banned from working. So none of that went on, and that's one of the misconceptions people have about our industry. They think that we just sit around and we do drugs and have sex all day, and it's not like that. It's a professional setting, and everybody's professional. We get our scripts, we read our lines, and it's a very professional setting, very professional.
Words. Yes. I would imagine that there are some places, some
Oh,
some
believe me,
production.
there, there were some places like that. And I remember I dated Lexington Steele for a bit, and I remember he took me to this sex club in Los Angeles, and I remember us going in there and everybody staring at us like we were supposed to take our clothes off and start having sex. And I'm
Lead the
looking,
way.
and I'm there like, oh my goodness, oh my. I felt like I was like not in the industry and everybody else was in the industry around me. And I'm there like, oh my goodness, seeing guys pass their girlfriends around and people be so open about,
Open.
and that's one of the things that I really liked about when I came to Paris is that I remember turning on the TV and it was like noon and there was like sets on TV. I was like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
TV,
Mm.
you know and it was so, and seeing the girls walking around, I've never been to a nude beach before, but just seeing how everybody was so open as far as being topless and their body, and it was just incredible to be in an environment where people are so open about their sexuality. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think that there are dangers to that of sorts, but I think through education, I think uh, the human body is it's a wonderful thing. It's created by the Most High, you know, but because of now this is contradictory of sorts based upon the convers what your past, but it has to be said because of man and their desire for money and coins, etc. We've taken what should be a normal and sacred thing, and we've put it out for consumption.
Yes, yes, it's been demonized. I
It-
say, yeah, I'd say demonized. There's a lot of people have a lot of different views about sexuality. Some are healthy and some are very unhealthy.
Mhm,
And um, society, when they think of the adult film industry, they tend to think of the unhealthy
mhm,
part. And we're doing what people do in their bedrooms, probably every night, and we're just doing it on film.
mhm,
Nothing different, nothing. But sometimes they think that we're kind of superheroes because they think that like we're the guys are going for like 2 hours straight, and it's not like that. It's not like that. When we shoot a scene, it's a lot of stop and go, and the actors, the guys, they have the hard job. They have to stay hard. They have to
literally.
and go back and forth. It could be hard, so our job is easy, but it's a lot of society has a lot of misconceptions about sex, and I see it more from art form or artistic
Mhm.
rather than hardcore. Yes.
Yes. So that's why I think that and again, depending on where you go within Europe, the more liberal or less liberal. people will be socially. So you get that part where, yeah, we understand that, and we embrace the beauty of femininity and masculinity, and it's fine for women to be on a beach topless. We see nothing wrong with that because of the education and the culture. Whereas if we exported that to the wilderness of North America per se, the mindset of males, oh my God, she's I'm
Is that
aroused now. Like I need to do something rather than, oh, that's fine. Look, she's topless. She's just, getting sun rather than having the tan lines, etc., etc. It's nothing. It's normal, isn't it? But because it isn't normal, it's more. Oh, well, if I see someone's breasts or their buttocks, that's sexual. So that means something else.
yes, yes. And everything is sexualized these days. And even television is different. I remember when, you hardly ever saw sex on TV, and I remember watching the show American Horror Story, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. This is on TV. First time I had ever seen like hardcore, like that was close to gore.
Yes,
And now everything is like about gore and this like
blood.
blood and who could do the most demeaning thing, and that wasn't my era. We just didn't shoot. We shot movies with storylines and it were more sensual and yes, it was hardcore, but it wasn't graphic. It
Sophisticated as well. Sophisticated.
wasn't graphic, and everything is just like so graphic. It's even me sometimes. I'm like, just going on Twitter, I'm just like, whoa,
Uh,
you know?
Twitter, my I'm amazed that literally, like, this is it's terrible. It's terrible what's going on because just think the youngsters that are going on who've got access to Twitter. You can literally
Yes,
just type in a hashtag and there's literally hardcore pornography. Just
yes. And
what?
sometimes when I open up my Twitter, that's the first thing I see, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is
Yeah.
crazy. Yes.
But if you tweet something or question something maybe, and that's not in line with whatever the mainstream might say, you could have your account just like taken off you, suspended. If you,
I didn't realize that they even had that option with everything I've seen on there.
but this is, well, it would seem that, as you said, things are a lot more darker now. It's pushing the limits for everything. So if I, let's be hypothetical, and if I was to maybe criticize some of this hardcore stuff that's taking place,
Then they can
then
take
there was, yeah, then they would say, well, wait a minute, no, this is normal now. This is the thing, Dominique, and Noble, you can't say stuff like that. We're allowing this on the platform, so we have to demonize you.
yes, 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 yes. And everybody will gang up on you. And yes, I've seen that too. Twitter is just a totally different world. I have a totally different fan base over on Twitter than I do on
And
Instagram.
imagine.
It's fun though. It's fun. I run into a lot of different types of people there. I love talking to my fans, but it's a totally different world on Twitter than it is on Instagram.
Yes. Again, I use the words,
It's
well,
like Playboy and Twitter's like Penthouse.
good analogy. Good analogy. Yes, but as you say, it's good sometimes to mix it up a little bit. As I say, and to reiterate, it is concerning that material's on there. I mean, look, within reason, of course, there is freedom of speech, etc. But it needs to be a lot more holistic, and we need to have a little bit more filters on that kind of thing. Like, whoa, we don't want to be uploading that. No, no, you can't upload that kind of thing because it's some of the stuff, as you say, you go into the feed and you're like, I haven't liked this kind of content, or I'm not following this page.
So because I have a lot of people that I follow that are from the industry, then my algorithms are a lot different than someone else. So whatever, you have looked at, or whoever you follow, that what their content is popping up on your page as well. So yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's transition to the future. To the future. We've thrown Marty and Doc out of the DeLorean. They're looking all bewildered. We're in there now, and we're in the Gregorian year of 2023. How did we transition out of the adult entertainment industry and start doing this sort of music stuff?
I had a friend approach me and asked me if me and my business partner would be interested in doing concerts. And we started. I talked to my partner, and we did our first concert with Mary J. And that was right out of COVID, which
Oh.
was really exciting. I got to meet Mary, gifted her some boots, and she's such a sweet woman. She's beautiful.
Mm, of course.
So did the first concert. We did one in New York and in Baltimore, and then we ended up working with another artist. So that's how I kind of ventured into the music, just via one of my friends saying, "Hey, I have someone that's a promoter that is interested in doing shows, and we need a financer." And it was, like I said, it was the first show out of COVID. So it was difficult doing a concert right out of COVID, because there
Yeah.
was, we had been on lockdown for about a year. So that concert was pretty, everybody, one had to be vaccinated, but we sold out in New York, and we sold out in Baltimore, and that's the start of me doing the music. And now I'm looking to do some more shows with some other artists right now, put on some more shows. But that was my
Ex
start. Yes.
Good to hear. Congratulations. And I have no doubts that if Mary J. Blige is on the on the
Oh,
marquee, that's gonna sell out. I mean, I'm
um,
out of the loop musically wise. Is she still releasing music, Mary J.
um,
Blige?
he had an album come out in 21, and so it was a perfect time for us to do that concert. It was in November, and she had just had some stuff come out with DJ Khalid, and so it was perfect, and it was an amazing show. I loved her. We gifted her some boots. She loves the boots that come up
Okay,
to
the
here.
thigh high bangs, yes.
Yes, we gifted her some Gucci boots, and her costumes were amazing, an amazing show, and it was just amazing. And I've been at concerts before, backstage and stuff, but this was just so exciting to be backstage with her, and to see, just to meet her, and I took a video with her and took pictures with her, and she was just so nice. And then we were in New York for about a day, and then we had a break, and then we went over to Baltimore, and the show in Baltimore was just crazy. Just pulling up, going backstage, I met Summer Walker was there, so I was able to
Okay.
meet her. And actually, at the concert in New York, I was in the front row. Taraji was sitting to the right of me in the front row, and Eddie Murphy walked by me. So
Eddie.
it was just so much fun being in that environment. And actually, what was really fun is to walk into the stadium when no one's in there,
Mm,
to experience what it's like. And then we went on stage during her concert, before the concert. So before the concert, we went on stage and did the introduction, myself with a few of the other people that I was working with. One of my really dear friends, his name's Steve Earhart, and the promoter. We went on stage, and to stand on stage in front of, oh wow, thousands of people.
yeah. Yeah.
It's to get that feel of what they feel like on that
Mm.
stage. Was absolutely mind blowing.
I can only imagine. And to perform, never mind to announce someone, to actually perform. Uh, my hat is tipped constantly for anybody who can go out there and perform in front of never mind like just a couple hundred people, never mind 50 people, thousands of people.
Thousands. I don't remember how many people were there. We were at Barclays Arena, but you know that's where they play the basketball. The Knicks play, I think,
Yes.
in Queens. So it was just like thousands of people. It was incredible. Sold out, sold out. It was incredible,
Yeah,
incredible.
I love it.
You know,
I'm
I
loving
was
it.
basically on the front in the front row going backstage, and so I was able to see everything that everything that they go through with the wardrobe changes and
Yes.
how fast they have to get in and out of wardrobe, and it was just amazing, amazing.
And especially for a woman doing them costume changes, somehow they can, again, it's magical how
Yes,
quickly they can get out and then into another thing and then back out on stage.
yes, it was amazing. She had amazing dancers. It was just such an amazing experience. I loved it.
Mm. And staying on the celebrity element, we did discuss you had some earlier meetings with a famous rapper who is no longer with us.
Tupac, yes,
Yes.
I met Tupac when I first came out to Los Angeles. I used to go to the Arsenio Hall show, and me and my roommate would stay on the side when the limos would leave, out because when they go do the shows, some of the performers they leave before the show is over because they want to get out and they don't want to see, they don't want to run into anyone. So
Indeed.
what we would do, we would go on the side where the limos would leave, and we would wait. Some of them would leave after the show was over and like an hour later. So Digital Underground had performed on this one episode, and we would just stayed outside waiting for their limo to leave, and they left out maybe like an hour after the show was done, and rolled down the window and said, "Hey, you guys want to come with us?" I'm like 18, 19 years old. Bye. We jumped in with them. And it was Shock G
Yes.
um, and Tupac. And we went back to and hung out with them at their hotel room. And we actually watched their performance on the show. And it was really, really great. Really, really great. Tupac was just like really, really cool. And I actually got a call to do his music video, How Do You Want It? And he used a lot of girls. So he used Heather Hunter and a lot of,
Yes.
but I wasn't able to do the video because at the time I was doing a video for Brian McKnight. I did a video for him called Keep It on the Down Low. And I was doing his video. So I couldn't do the Tupac video. And to this day, I really wish I would have done that video.
I was gonna say the same thing with all of with Heather,
It's a lot of
Nina
fun.
was in there.
It was a lot of fun to do the one with Brian McKnight though, because I really liked him as
Yeah.
an artist, and it was
Mm,
fun.
hmm.
And I had a big part in there. They had me in the background singing "Keep It on the Down Low" in the background, and up on the stairs, and he's singing, and they had me like in the background, like I was his background singer, you know,
Mm,
and I was dancing in the video. So that was really exciting for me too, because I had more of a feature part in that video.
I see.
But I really wish I would have been able to do the Tupac video. That would
Yeah. That'd have been
yes.
legendary. That would have been legendary to have you in there as well. Damn. So at that point then, how much time had elapsed between, it would have been what, a year and a half, 2 years between you meeting him with Digital Underground and then him doing that?
It would have been probably about 2 years. Yes, 2 years. Because when he was in Digital Underground, he was mostly like, Shock G. Was it Shock G that was the lead?
Yes,
You know,
yes,
so he was mostly the hype guy.
exactly.
Yeah, take it up, the hype guy. And he did do, he did do some rapping too, but when I saw them on the Arsenio Hall show, he was basically in the background, the hype guy.
Mm,
So he wasn't like the famous Tupac,
the Tupac we know of,
He
yes.
wasn't like, he had not come out to the West Coast and
Mm,
did California and all of that. And I actually did a music video for Snoop too. I did his video "Murder Was the Case," which was really fun to do. That was it
What?
was really fun working with Snoop and Dr.
Rewind, young lady. I don't recall seeing you in that video. What?
I'm in the pool scene. Remember after he gets shot and he's in the wheelchair, and then it goes to
Yes,
at the mansion and the girls are dancing at the pool. I'm the one
yes.
with the silver bikini on, silver bikini top, and I'm dancing and I'm like dancing like this, yeah, at the pool. Yes,
I
yes, yes.
missed you. I don't know how I missed you, sis, but I'm gonna have to go back and peep that there.
Yes, yes, yes. Right after the part where he's in the wheelchair, and then it does a flashback of at the pool. That's me.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
yes.
what was he like to be on set with?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. There were a lot of girls on that shoot. They had a lot of dancers. I think they went to one of the clubs and just got like 30 dancers. Dr. Dre, he once they came and did the bathing suit check, and once I showed my bathing suit, Dr. Dre was like, and they put me in the middle of the pool, so the other girls are dancing around me, and I'm just like, and I'm not really the greatest dancer, so I'm just like,
He is looking pretty.
they're like, popping, and I'm just like,
Wow. You have definitely had an inch from a country girl, Virginia, to the West Coast,
yes.
adult entertainer, dancing, meeting all these stars.
It's been quite a ride, and the whole ride hasn't been, all glamorous, but I went through some ups and some downs in the industry, but I made it through, to talk about what I went through. And it's not easy being in the industry. There's a lot of things you go through. You have to be really private in with your private life, and you go through the things where your family may not be happy with the decisions that you've made. You have to be very careful about the people that you have around you, because there's people that will try to bring you down, that will try to hurt you, harm you. And so you have to be really careful about who you allow in your group and who you trust. There's a lot of people that probably put ads up and say, "Oh, well, you want to come and do a movie," and there's probably girls that respond, and it's not that, and they end up in
Mm,
dangerous situations. And in my book, I do talk about a few of those situations that I found myself in. But you know, I was fortunate enough to have people that were, if I ever needed to talk to someone, I had people that I could go to and talk to. And
good.
me coming into the industry and having the famous Angel Kelly be my mentor was awesome. And I met Ebony Eyes as well. It was great meeting her.
Wow.
And so I was able to, if I had any questions, and I would go to those people. But as I explained to you, when I entered the industry, I responded to an ad for something that I thought was bathing suit modeling. And
Yes.
I did get a bathing suit shoot out of that. I did Ebony Man magazine. So
Hmm.
I did get a shoot out of that. Someone saw me in Hustler, and then he contacted the agent and said, "I want to shoot her for Ebony Man." And I think Keith Washington was on that cover. And so I got a centerfold in there. So I did get something out of that, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of girls that come out here and it doesn't end up being that good
Yeah.
for them. And they end up going in a different direction, probably drugs, and some of them probably are no longer with us. So, it's crazy.
Mm. 100%. Yeah. Well, you made it. Most importantly, I think it's good that you're putting the wealth of content, being quite holistic with it. putting in, you know, the highs, lows, and all the in between, so people can potentially learn from the successes. And oh, wow, okay, that's a big sort of sign there to say, oh, I better not go down that route. So no, congratulations. Um,
Yes. And I hope that everyone buys my book, A
yes.
Star Born, and I talk about a lot of those experiences. I start from where how I grew up, just as a young child, and I go to where I'm at now. So, I'm glad that I was able. I wasn't ready to tell my story until I felt like I had gotten to a point where someone can get a great message from my book, and I that there's a great message in here, and I hope that everyone will get my book.
If we would like a autographed copy of your book, do you have a website or?
um if you would like an autograph copy, I will send you an autograph copy. Just send me your information. And yes, I'm on Instagram, Domonique, DOMONIQUE _ Simone, SIMONE _ So I answer my messages on there, and all of my information is there as far as where to send content if you want me to sign it. So yes.
Excellent. And again,
Plus,
I'll make sure.
I'm going to be doing some appearances at bookstores, Barnes and Noble, and I'm going to be doing some bookstore signings, so in different cities, so they can come and purchase a book, and I can sign your book for you.
Excellent. And as I say, I'll make sure I put the links below in the description. Please go over and check it all out. I'm pretty sure everyone who knows who you are, but there will be some of the millennials who are thinking Dominique Simone, and they're typing in the old Google and oh my, wow, okay, excellent. Two questions before you depart, young lady. First is, have you had fun today?
I have had a blast. I mean, I loved interviewing with you. It's just like so laid back, and I've just had a blast. Just had a blast. I rushed back from the gym this morning. I went in at 6 this morning, and I rushed back so that I could come and do this interview with you. And I've just had a ball.
Wonderful. And yeah, and you're looking wonderful. The wonders of melanin. You have aged even better, young lady.
Oh,
You
thank you
you
so
look
much.
better than you did when you was actually, you know, in the world, quote unquote.
Thank you so much. I try to take care of myself.
Yes. Well, since you mentioned the gym elements, before I ask you my very last question, how do you maintain self? You know, you're not you know, you're not a 20-year-old. So for the women who may be tuning in and thinking, well, my God, she looks wonderful. Like, how do we maintain this? Like, what's your exercise and dietary regime like?
Well, I have a trainer. His name is Sean Haynes, and he's amazing. And so I go to the gym 3 times a week, and watch what I eat. I wasn't always that way. When I was younger, I could do whatever I wanted to do. But as I started to get older, I was like, I got to keep up with these youngsters. So I just work out, and I just try to eat healthy and maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Simple as. My very last question, Dominique. Please tell us who you are, but do not tell us your name.
Who am I? I am a strong Black woman that is very, very sensitive. I'm very, I say hypersensitive. um, I can be a bit shy, and I can be a bit of a hellcat at the same time. But I'm just a very caring person. I care about others. I care about how I make people feel, and I like giving back, and being a positive role model, and being good. Whatever I'm doing, I want to be the best that I can at it, and just represent myself in that way.
Wonderful. I have had a thoroughly enjoyable conversation with you. Much success. Please, You're most welcome. You're most welcome. And again, thank you for carving out the time today to have this conversation. Uh, Listeners, subscribers, please make sure you follow the socials. Check out the link for the book. I think
Mhm.
it's most definitely going to be a interesting read and an eye-opening read as well, especially for the ladies as well. I think that's most important to definitely grab hold of that. And watch this space. Check out the Instagram page. Dominique's always updating that with the content and your book signings and stuff. I guess you're going to put that on. You're going to
I'll keep
promote that.
everyone updated. It'll be all on my page.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Au revoir.